I can tell you, as a younger man, I had that impulsiveness. I was reckless. I did everything outside of the rules. I would sit down over the weekend. I'd write this plan out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And with the cares of the world, my job, everything that was going on around me, I don't have time to wait for that thing to form. I think this next bar, because I didn't use candlesticks back then, I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go down. I was bullish 5 minutes ago, but now I think it's going to go down. That's not following a model. That's being impulsive. That's trading from your gut, that hunch, that inclination that you think you see something that you really never seen before, but you'll lie to yourself and say, yeah, this looks like something I've seen before. And what you're showing is you have no patience to wait for the model. And to dull that ache, that pain of not being willing to sit and wait for the setup to form, for the time of the day for that setup to form, you'll push the button in times of the day when there isn't any expectation for the market to be delivering any measure of precision, demanding that it does tricks for you and pays you for your consideration of it, like it owes you something. You identified it. You've given recognition to the market, those candlesticks. You've given some of your time. You've placed everybody else and everything to the sidelines, and you've now given all of your attention to that candlestick chart. So now it owes you something. That's a lie, but you believe it wholeheartedly. And you think every time pushing the button outside of the parameters, outside of the time that these setups should form, you're victimizing yourself, causing a learning curve that would never end by doing those things. And if you've never done this to yourself, if you are a person that lacks patience and falls victim to impulsiveness, this is one of the things I talked about many times over the years. If your relationships and the way you conduct yourself in the world outside of trading, it will be magnified in trading. If you are someone that is seeking validation, seeking, acceptance, you'll do things that are over the top, expecting to be successful in that. So therefore you can go forth and bring it in front of other people so they can glad hand with you, pat you on the back. Well done. You're awesome. You're a goat. You're the greatest that's ever done it. In trading, those types of things are the worst for motivating. Now, you might end up receiving those accolades as a result of doing things that are more focused, more purpose-driven, more detail-oriented in terms of following a model, but not trading for the sake of attention, status, recognition, a rush to prove something. That's a very, very dangerous path, especially for a young man. especially for a young man that has a desire to stand out from the crowd, that has done well in other things, and you want this to be easier. Easier because it's somehow owed to you. The market owes you an easier pathway to consistency. And look, you're a natural. You'll be able to do this without any kind of rules. That's what your subconscious is talking to you. It's telling you, you don't need to listen to that stuff. And that's exactly what it was telling me as a 20-year-old too. You have to have rules. You have to. And if you do not recognize that, and you think that you can just impulsively just press buttons, trade on your impulsiveness and your gut feeling about where price is going to go, no probabilities behind what it is that you're doing, and then ignoring that is not working, it will put you into a gambler cycle. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's not giving you the results, but you're not letting go of it. You're going to keep doing it because you accept the fact that you did that wrong then, but you want to sweep it under the rug and go right back in and say, yes, it didn't work that time, but I know it'll work the next time. If you just simply recalibrated all of that energy, all of that focus on the right things. Everyone that blows their account fails at something. It doesn't have to be trading, it can be anything. Everyone that goes outside of the plan, the approach, the playbook, the results are random. You have no baseline to work within. You're building a new one that's outside of the scope of the rules and outlined process that you should be following for whatever endeavor you're doing. But for trading, you have a model, or you should have a model. And you need to follow that. Stick to the rules. Trust that these rules will guide you and remove all of the impulsiveness, because the rules say, I do this, I don't do that. I can only trade this pattern and setup in between this time frame, this beginning and ending window. You don't trade 15 hours after that and expect the same type of response in price action. You don't do those things. By recalibrating that impulsiveness, but sticking to your guns, because you know if you keep doing it long enough, eventually you're going to get a result that you're looking for. And then by getting it, you think that's a reward for doing the right thing when everything you're doing is the wrong thing. You're trading outside of a model. You're trading impulsively. You're impatient. You're not waiting for the setup to form. Because you're having an issue with discipline. You don't want to subscribe to an idea that someone else has walked before you, lays it down in front of you and says, hey, start here, only do these things. And then you fail it. And you fail it again. And you fail it again. Multiple times, over and over and over again. And it becomes an arm wrestling match. You want to show the teacher that they don't know you. They don't understand you. You're going to be the exception. You're the one that these models aren't built for. You're going to redefine everything. Yeah, I was me too at 20-some years old.